What's going on, guys? Nick, and with this video I'm just gonna get straight to the point. Something which is not talked about a lot, and like nobody wants to talk about it. I don't know why, but this is a very important aspect of dropshipping. So first of all, let's talk about pricing, okay? So let's say you bought a product for $5 from AliExpress, and you go ahead and you sell it for free plus shipping, $9.95 or something like that, okay, $9.99. Now what happens here is that you are gonna end up seeing sales in your phone, and you're gonna say, oh, you made $100 in sales today. But the problem with that is that after shipping fee and product fee and transfer fee, and if you're in a different country, you know, the amount of currency conversion fee, you're probably not gonna make either $2 profit or no profit at all, okay? And one thing that people don't do nowadays is price their products high enough, okay? So one of the biggest things you guys need to understand is how it's an art to price your products higher, which will obviously mean people paying more for your product, which will obviously mean more profit. But how do you do that? So there's a huge stigma around pricing products. People think that if you price your products higher, people are going to stop converting or they're going to stop buying, okay? So I'm going to give you this really eye-opening example, and hopefully this gives you some insight, and maybe this is the reason you're not making a lot of money on Shopify, okay? Let's say person A over here and there's person B over here, alright? So let's say the person A has a product which he buys for $3, okay? It's some kind of product, and he's selling it for $9, alright? And person B is buying the same product for $3. He's portraying it in a very luxurious manner, and he's selling that same product for $40, alright? So the difference here is that if person A, let's say you say, okay, you know what, person A is gonna get more sales than person B. Nick, what are you talking about? Alright, okay, just hang in there, chill out, okay, chill out. Let's say person A gets 20 sales, okay? Let's say person A gets 20 sales, and person B gets not even like 5 sales, okay? Person B gets 5 sales. So what happens here is that person A just made, you know, 20 sales, so that you would say, oh, that's $180 in sales. It's crazy, you know? I mean, meanwhile, person B is making $200 in sales without doing anything apart from just selling the product a little bit more higher, okay? But the huge difference here is that person A is not gonna profit as much as person B, because this guy over here is making $6 profit per item, and person B is gonna profit $165 just by selling 4 times less than person A. So even if your conversions were to be killed 4 times, you're still going to be making more money than the other person if you charge higher on your products. And the question is how to get people to pay. So first of all, guys, understand this, that just by raising your price, people are not going to stop purchasing, okay? There's a huge thing I want you guys to understand today, is that people don't buy your items because they can or cannot afford it, okay? If they were making the decision of, let's say, buying your product at the basis of, hey, do I have enough money to buy it or not? They would not buy it, because if they have to think twice before buying it because they can't afford it, they would rather spend that money into food or some other stuff or saving up. They would not just buy your product. The reason they buy your product for a higher price or whatever is because they want the product, okay? There's something known as wanting, okay? If someone wants your product, they really need your product, they like it, they think it's cool or useful, only then they're going to be able to pay higher amounts. Now, there are a few things which go into selling these products for higher amounts, right? So you will have to make sure that you create demand in their head, okay? You have to go ahead and go to people and just tell them this product is good because of this, because of this, because of this, because of this. You have to give them multiple different benefits on why your product is good. Why, like for example, a really good way to define this, let's say you have a watch, okay? And you're selling this watch for, let's say, $100, okay? It's quite hard to do that. You always want to stay between the 20 to about $60 range for selling these products. But let's say you have a watch, so things you can come up for a watch is you can say, you know, it's made of some good kind of material, okay? Or you could say chose the right time. Of course, that would be absolutely wrong. But you could say something like, you can't find this watch in stores, you know? Like that's a really big thing. Not sold in stores is a really big thing that people want. Exclusivity, okay? People think your stuff is exclusive to only your store. They're gonna buy, okay? Next thing, it being the product just being cool, okay? If you can appeal to people who thinks that the product is cool or it's some kind of a meme or something, people will absolutely buy your product no matter what. And the fourth thing is premium. You can see your product quality is premium. But remember, if you're going to be charging for premium pricing, you better make sure that the product has a really high quality. Like, they don't want to receive some watch with cracked glass if you're selling that stuff like that, okay? So these are the top 4 things you can do. Make your product look cool, exclusive, okay? Make it look premium, and make sure that you say it's a good material or whatever you have. So what this does is that this allows you to list down a lot of benefits for your product, and now instead of selling that same thing for a $5 profit, you can sell that for $40 profit. And nowadays people are not doing this because they're just too focused on doing free plus shipping. And not gonna lie, free plus shipping does work, but it's only gonna make you a very tiny bit of profit. It's not gonna be making you a lot of money, and it's definitely not sustainable unless you're an absolute email marketing professional, or not even professional. It does not require like a lot of mastery in that niche, or you could say subject. You just need to learn how to send emails every other day after doing free plus shipping. Because if you do a free plus shipping product, you make the initial sales on it, and then you just stop doing it, or you don't follow up with the email, you're wasting the campaign, because that is what free plus shipping is for: customer acquisition. It is not a sales strategy. Retail, where the sales are at. I always used to look at videos where people used to say that retail is where the money is at, and I never used to understand what it means. But what it actually means, I get it now. But what retail actually means is that you're pricing the product higher to make more profit instead of acquiring customers. Actually, you are still acquiring customers. That's the funny thing. So you can still just basically give value to people with your product, sell it for a really, really high price, and now guess what? You have an audience of extremely, extremely valuable people. And once you go to Facebook and you go and tell Facebook that this is your audience, and you make a lookalike audience out of this, can you imagine the amount of money you can make with a lookalike audience of that kind of, you could say, value, right, guys? So yeah, this is one of my huge tips I wanted to give you guys today. This is one of the really good ways to make more profit from drop shipping if you're struggling to make money for ads or stuff like that. Because I see too many people out there right now which are not just focusing on how much they're spending, and they just want to get sales, and they want to see that initial number. Okay, yeah, don't worry about how much your mobile says how much sales you have every day, or how much money you're making on Shopify, because you can just spend $1,000 in ads and your phone is gonna say that it made $2,000 or $1,000, even if you're losing money. And I've known some YouTubers who've done that, but the point is not to get a higher number on your phone. The point is the profit that you're making behind that number, okay? If you're not making any profit at all, what's the point of doing free plus shipping? What's the point of selling products for a lower price, okay? So start selling the products at higher prices. Make sure you do retail prices, and also make sure that you're pricing it a little bit higher by providing a bit more value. Because if you can provide them value and you can tell them and prove to them that this is cool, people will buy your product. Once again, guys, the main gist of this video is, remember, people buy something because they want it and not because they need it, or they they have the money for it. Try to draw a heart, but it just completely failed. But people buy it because they want it, they need it. Let's say this is Billy over here, and he looks at your product and he has like $10,000 and just ready to spend. He will look at your product, but if it sucks shit, he's not gonna buy your product because he does not like it, not because he can afford it or not, okay? And the next day he looks at some hoverboard and he's like, oh my god, this is so cool, and then he just goes and spends like a fat grand on that, You never know, guys. So please understand that people will only buy your products if they want to buy it. That is why your end goal for every single product you sell should be, what should it be? Empathy, guys. Empathy. I'm not gonna misspell it this time, even though I'm talking right now. Empathy is the #1 thing you should aim for. And I know this looks like ants just shat on my paper or whatever this is, but empathy is the #1 thing that you will actually make you sales. Because if you can go inside this guy's head, Billy's head, and you can think, okay, this is what Billy likes, this is what Billy wants, and this is the kind of images Billy posts, because then you can provide him with a really, really good product which he will buy for any price. Like, not any price, but a ridiculously high price. And if you can apply that to a huge audience, people looking like Billy, well, then you're just off to make a lot of money. So make your product demandable, make it exclusive, and raise your prices, guys. Raise your prices. Too many people are not raising their prices, and they're not even able to make the money back from their ad spend, which is very bad. So please raise your prices. Don't cripple yourself. This has been Nick. But yeah, we're about to hit 10K on one of my new stores. I'm pretty happy about how it's turning around right now. And yeah, if you guys want more in-depth tutorials, once again, you can check out the description for my course. It's only $97. It teaches you everything you need to know from 0 to 10K getting to drop shipping, and it's just absolutely crazy. It's only $97. Like, where can you find that much value for that cheap? Anyway. But yeah, guys, moral of the video, if you're still watching this and you don't understand what just happened, just go on your store and raise your prices. Raise your prices, provide value, and you're gonna make more money, alright? If you guys found some value in this video, make sure you leave a like. And yeah, I didn't really get much time today, guys. Sorry for the short video. Just wanted to put this out today. And there's going to be a really good video coming along in a couple of days about exactly what I did to get my store to almost 10K already. But yeah, it's going to be another video for another time. I'm going to see you guys later, and peace out.
Building walls to burn them down, cannonballs to watch me drown. You've got me lost in here and now, you've got me gone and lost and found. We only hang in evenings and I don't know what I'm thinking, but I know that I won't think it if I keep up with this thinking. All these dreams and all these plans we shared.